Jess giggled. Now I know where I get the chocoholic gene from. It's totally your fault. And when I get an arse the size of Greater Manchester, I'll know where to point the finger of blame. That's a long way off, Hannah said, smiling at Jess. God, what I wouldn't give to be 17 again with your figure. I don't think you look so bad, Jess said. In fact, all my mates say you're dead pretty. Thanks, Hannah beamed, smoothing an unconscious hand over her chestnut hair. That's so lovely. For an old lady, Jess added with a cheeky grin. Oi, Gina cut in. If she's old, what does that make me? I don't know, but there's some archaeologist applying for funding right now to excavate the wrinkles around your eyes. Cheek! Gina grabbed the nearest tea towel and hurled it at Jess, who was now laughing raucously. You're not too old for a smack bottom. Jess pulled the tea towel from her face. I'm not too old to call childline either. Hannah took the towel from Jess and put it to one side. Come on, we'll never get any dinner at this rate. You're not seriously putting us to work now? Gina asked. Of course. You want to eat, don't you? What about my snowball? You can't cook Christmas dinner without a snowball on the go. Ugh, Jess grimaced. You two are the only people in the world who still drink those. The first time I mentioned that drink to my mates, they thought I was mental. They'd never heard of a snowball, only the ones you chuck at each other. They had to Google it. In fact, people should chuck these rather than drink them. The bin is the best place for them. Yes, but it's tradition, Gina replied in a slightly offended tone. We always cook Christmas dinner with a snowball. At least, we used to, before your dad. I'd forgotten about that. Hannah smiled. It's actually been years since we did dinner together like this. It's nice, isn't it, to get a chance to do it again? Yeah, Jess sneered. It's just a shame we had to find out my dad was a wanker before we got the excuse to relive it. Gina pulled her daughter into a brief hug and kissed her forehead. I don't want to dwell on bad stuff like that today. I want us to have fun and forget all the awful things that have happened this year, just for one day. So, let's talk about something else, eh? Or, how about we don't talk at all? Hannah skipped over to a CD player perched on a shelf and pressed play. The kitchen was suddenly filled with ABBA's Does Your Mother Know? Hannah whacked up the volume and began to sing along at the top of her voice. Dancing her way to the fridge, she pulled out a net full of sprouts and tossed them to Gina, who caught them neatly as she joined in the song. Hannah found some carrots next and threw the bag to Jess, who simply rolled her eyes and pulled a paring knife from the drawer. Then Hannah sashayed to the oven. As she opened the door, the glorious aroma of cooked turkey rose into the air. She smiled to herself as she gave it one last baste and put it back in. Who needs men, she thought, as she looked around at the two best companions she could wish for on Christmas Day. You surely don't want me to peel all these sprouts? Gina asked, frowning at the net. I'll be here until New Year. Not to mention the pung in here if we eat them all, Jess said. Mum farts for England when she eats green stuff. Oi! Gina squeaked. Hannah laughed. I better keep some back then. Let's not bother at all, Jess suggested. No, Hannah insisted. It's Christmas, and we have to have sprouts. Gina shook her head wryly as she tipped the net and emptied it onto the worktop. Looks like the snow has started again, Hannah added as her gaze was drawn to the window, where flakes floated like goose down from a white sky, collecting in the cracks and crevices of the frame. It's nice to have a bit, but if this carries on, we'll be snowed in. Fine by me, Gina said. I can't think of a better place to be stuck. It's a good thing you decided to stay, Hannah said with a knowing smile. Though I'd have made up the spare room, even if you said you weren't. You know me so well. I know what you'll be like when we open the Christmas champagne. Lightweight. I am not. It's all those bubbles. Everyone knows bubbly booze makes you drunk quicker. I'd better make your snowball non-alcoholic then, or we'll never get any dinner cooked.